You know, for as long as we've been around, we've been obsessed with, and maybe a little scared of, getting older. It's a story everyone shares. But what if we could actually change that story? What if we could get to the very heart of why we age, and in doing so, figure out how to live healthier lives for way, way longer? All right, let's dive right in.
I mean, that's the big one, isn't it? Is getting old just a clock that's ticking down, something we can't do anything about? Or is it a series of specific biological glitches, things that break, that we can actually map out, understand, and maybe, just maybe, fix? For years, science has been chipping away at this incredible mystery.
Okay, so first things first, let's get on the same page. Scientifically speaking, aging isn't just about celebrating more birthdays. The real definition is this slow, steady decline in our body's ability to keep itself running properly. It's a biological process, a loss of function that makes us more fragile as time goes on.
And this, right here, is why this matters so much. This loss of function isn't some abstract idea. It's the root cause, the real villain behind some of the scariest diseases we face. I mean, think about it. The single biggest risk factor for getting cancer or heart disease or Alzheimer's isn't your diet or your genes. It's simply your age.
So if aging is this huge, complicated landscape, how do you even begin to find your way around? Well, that's exactly what researchers have been trying to do. They've been working on creating a map, a clear framework to organize all the different ways our bodies start to go wrong over the years.
And the really cool thing is, they got the idea from another field entirely. See, back in the year 2000, a groundbreaking paper laid out the hallmarks of cancer. It created this common language, a set of clear targets that totally transformed cancer research. The big idea here was to do the exact same thing for the biology of aging.
And in 2013, they did it. A team of scientists published this very diagram, and it was a total game changer. For the first time, they identified 9 specific, interconnected hallmarks that were driving the aging process. It was this huge leap forward, giving everyone in the field a single, unified roadmap to work from.
But here's the thing about science. It never, ever stands still. In just a single decade, our understanding got so much better that the map, well, it needed an update.
So by 2023, the same scientists came back and expanded the list. Now there are 12 hallmarks. This new, updated map gives us an even more detailed, more powerful picture of what's really going on inside ourselves as we get older.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. 12 sounds like a lot to keep track of. So to make this a little easier to digest, we can sort all 12 of them into 3 main buckets. 3 core types of problems our cells run into. The first big problem is all about information corruption. So think of your DNA as the master instruction manual for your entire body. As we get older, that manual starts to get messed up. It's like it gets typos, coffee stains, and the pages start getting dog-eared, making the instructions really hard for your cells to read correctly.
So this corruption shows up in a few key ways. You've got actual damage to the DNA itself. That's genomic instability. The little protective caps at the end of our chromosomes, called telomeres, get shorter and shorter every time a cell divides. And then there are epigenetic alterations. This is like someone scribbling in the margins of the instruction manual and moving all the bookmarks around. The text is still there, but the cell starts reading the wrong parts at the wrong time.
Okay, the second major problem area is basically a failure in cellular housekeeping. Seriously, just like a house, your cells have systems to generate power, take out the trash, and repair damage. But as we age, all that machinery just gets old and clunky and starts to break down.
And this slide right here is a perfect illustration of one of the biggest housekeeping failures, a loss of what's called proteostasis. Basically, it's the cell's quality control system for its proteins. When everything works, as you can see, the cell can refold damaged proteins or break them down and recycle them. But with age, that system fails. The result is what you see on the far right. All these misfolded, toxic proteins start clumping together, like garbage piling up in a house. And that garbage buildup is a key driver of awful diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
So this whole category includes that loss of protein quality control, a breakdown in macroautophagy, which is the cell's garbage disposal system, and mitochondrial dysfunction. That just means the tiny power plants inside our cells start to fail, leaving us with an energy crisis. And finally, all these tiny little problems inside our cells, they don't stay contained. They start to snowball. They create bigger issues that spill out and cascade across your entire body, leading to our third and final category, a full-on, system-wide breakdown. This is where you get things like cellular senescence. We're talking about zombie cells that are too damaged to function but refuse to die. Instead, they just hang around spewing out inflammatory junk. Our stem cells get exhausted, so our body can't repair itself as well. And all of this creates a state of chronic low-grade inflammation, a constant fire that slowly damages everything.
Okay, so that's the map of everything that goes wrong. But here's the incredible, hopeful part. The whole point of this map isn't just to describe the problem. It's a roadmap to the solutions. Every single one of these hallmarks is a potential target we can go after.
And check this out. This isn't some far-off science fiction. We're already developing real interventions for these specific hallmarks. We have drugs called senolytics that are literally designed to hunt down and clear out those zombie cells. We know that things like caloric restriction can hit the reset button on our nutrient-sensing pathways, and supplements like NAD+ precursors can help refuel those broken-down recycling systems and power plants in our cells.
And that leads to this incredibly powerful idea, straight from the researchers themselves. They say that every single one of these hallmarks can be messed with. We can speed them up in a lab, sure, but that also means we can potentially slow them down, stop them in their tracks, or maybe even reverse them. That is a profoundly optimistic idea.
And if you want to see proof that this works, look no further. This chart is amazing. By targeting just one of those 12 hallmarks, nutrient sensing, simply by restricting calories, scientists can extend the lifespan of these mice by a whopping 30%. That's not a small change. It proves that hitting these core mechanisms can have a massive impact.
So this entire framework has completely changed the game. It has laid the groundwork for a whole new generation of medicines that don't just target one disease, but the aging process itself. So where is all this taking us? What does the future look like?
Well, we are looking at some truly mind-blowing stuff on the horizon. Things like gene therapies to boost our own natural DNA repair systems, or to re-lengthen those telomeres. And then there's the holy grail, cellular reprogramming, using specific genes to actually revert our old cells back to a younger, healthier state.
Look, if you take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. We are in the middle of a massive paradigm shift. For centuries, medicine has been playing a game of whack-a-mole, waiting for a disease to pop up, then trying to beat it back. This research lets us stop playing that game and go after the root cause of them all, to start treating aging itself. And that leaves us with one final, huge question. For all of human history, getting old has just been a fact of life, unavoidable. But if it becomes a biological problem that we can actually solve, what does that mean for us, for society, for what it even means to be human? What comes next?